Listen to me carefully, because what I am about to tell you could save you from years of discomfort. Many respected elders believe they are protecting their health by eating more fruit every day. But for men above 65, some of these so-called healthy fruits may be quietly swelling your prostate, increasing your nighttime trips to the toilet, and making it harder to fully empty your bladder. You might think you're doing the right thing, but your body may be silently paying the price. As a doctor, I have seen too many seniors suffer for months, even years, without realizing that their daily fruit choices were making their symptoms worse. It is not about giving up fruit completely, it is about knowing exactly which ones to limit and when to eat them so you can protect your prostate and sleep peacefully at night. Today I will show you the 5 common fruits that can quietly enlarge your prostate, and I will also give you safer, senior-friendly alternatives you can enjoy without fear. Before we begin, I want to hear from you. Where are you watching this video from? And what time is it right now? Please share in the comments. I truly look forward to reading them. And if you care about your long-term health, hit the subscribe button now, so you never miss the simple, life-changing tips I share each week. Why? Some healthy fruits may quietly harm your prostate. The prostate is a small gland, but it plays a big role in a man's urinary and reproductive health, especially after the age of 60. When it becomes enlarged, a condition doctors call benign prostatic hyperplasia or BPH, it can press on the urethra, the narrow tube that carries urine out of the body. This extra pressure makes it harder to start urinating, harder to empty the bladder fully, and often causes frequent trips to the toilet, especially at night. Many elders in India quietly live with these interruptions, thinking it is just part of aging, without realizing that everyday food habits may be making things worse. One of the hidden drivers of worsening symptoms is chronic inflammation and bladder irritation. When the tissues around the prostate stay slightly inflamed for months or years, they become more sensitive to even small changes in diet. The bladder lining too can react strongly, creating urgency, discomfort, and the constant feeling that it is never fully empty. Now here is where certain fruits, though considered healthy in general, can sometimes make this irritation worse for seniors. The first factor is natural sugar called fructose, found in many sweet fruits. In large amounts, fructose can trigger low-grade inflammation throughout the body, including the delicate tissues of the prostate. Imagine an elderly gentleman in Pune who enjoys 2 or 3 big servings of mango during summer delicious, yes, but his nighttime urination quietly increases. It is not because mango is bad, but because the body at this stage of life reacts differently to concentrated natural sugars. The second factor is high acidity. Fruits like oranges, pineapples, or certain grapes can lower the pH of urine, making it more acidic. This acidic urine can irritate the bladder wall and surrounding prostate tissue, just like salt water can sting a small cut on the skin. In Chennai, I once met an elder who sipped lemon water after dinner for digestion, only to find his bladder waking him twice each night. The third factor involves certain enzymes or compounds in fruits that, while beneficial for some, can cause trouble for an already sensitive prostate. For example, bromelain in pineapple can increase blood flow to the pelvic region, which sounds good in theory, but may worsen swelling in inflamed tissue. Other compounds may slightly alter hormone balance, which in older men can add to prostate discomfort. For men above 60, the timing and quantity of fruit matter almost as much as the type. Eating high acid or high water content fruits late in the evening gives the body little time to process them before rest. By shifting these fruits to the morning or early afternoon and choosing gentler options for the evening, you can reduce irritation and help the bladder stay calm at night. Remember, the goal is not to remove fruit from your life. It is to work with your body's needs at this stage. By understanding these mechanisms and making small mindful adjustments, you can protect your prostate sleep more peacefully and enjoy your favorite flavors without fear. Fruit number 1, pineapple. Sweet, tangy, and the hidden risks for your prostate. Across many homes in India, pineapple is seen as a joyful fruit, bright in color, and bursting with a taste that feels like a holiday in every bite. Elders enjoy it because it is rich in vitamin C, refreshing in the summer heat, and brings a welcome change from everyday bananas or apples. In family gatherings, it is often cut into golden cubes and served with a sprinkle of salt and chili powder, making it even more tempting. Many seniors choose it thinking they are making a healthy choice, feeding their body vitamins and boosting immunity. But what if I told you that for men over 60, especially those already dealing with an enlarged prostate, pineapple may be quietly adding to your discomfort? This is not about fear or blame. It is about understanding how your body changes with age and how certain foods, though healthy for some, may not suit you right now. The first hidden concern is its high fructose content. Fructose is the natural sugar in pineapple, and while it gives that sweet burst on your tongue, it can also fuel low-grade inflammation inside the body. When inflammation reaches the delicate tissues of the prostate, it can worsen swelling and make urinary symptoms more pronounced. An elder in Pune once shared with me that he loved ending his lunch with a bowl of pineapple, believing it helped digestion. But over time, he noticed more urgency to urinate, especially during the night, and a burning feeling that disturbed his rest. Only after reducing his pineapple intake did he find his nights becoming calmer again. The second factor to note is bromelain, a powerful enzyme found in pineapple. Bromelain is known for breaking down proteins and sometimes for reducing inflammation in certain parts of the body. However, for men with a sensitive or already inflamed prostate, bromelain can increase blood flow to the pelvic region. More blood flow may sound good in theory, but it can also mean more heat and swelling in tissues that are already irritated. Then, there is the matter of acidity. Pineapple has a tangy, sharp taste because it contains a significant amount of natural acids. These acids can lower the pH of urine, making it more acidic and more likely to irritate the lining of the bladder and the prostate. For some elders, this irritation feels like a constant urge to urinate even when the bladder is not full. If you eat pineapple in the evening, the impact can be even stronger. Your body has less time to process the sugars, enzymes, and acids before you lie down to rest. This is when nighttime trips to the bathroom become more frequent and deep sleep becomes harder to hold on to. It is not unusual for elders to blame old age for these interruptions when, in fact, a simple dietary adjustment could bring relief. So what can you do if pineapple has been your favorite for years? The good news is, you do not have to remove it completely from your life. If you truly enjoy it, keep the portion small, a few bite-sized cubes, and have it in the morning or early afternoon. This gives your body enough time to digest and flush out the excess before bedtime. You might also consider gentler alternatives for your evening snack. Fruits like pears, blueberries, or ripe papaya are softer on the bladder and do not have the same acidic kick. These can still provide you with antioxidants, fiber, and vitamins without overstimulating your urinary system. An elder in Chennai switched her late evening pineapple to a small bowl of papaya and found her bladder much calmer within a week. Remember, every body is different, but with age, our tolerance for certain foods changes. By paying attention to the signals your body sends, more frequent urination burning sensation, or restless nights, you can catch the early signs that a food may not be suiting you. Making mindful swaps is not about giving up joy, but about choosing the kind of joy that lets you sleep peacefully and wake refreshed. With a few thoughtful adjustments, you can still enjoy your favorite fruits while protecting your prostate health for years to come. Fruit number 2, oranges and citrus fruits. When vitamin C is no longer the hero. In India, the sight of fresh oranges stacked neatly in the morning market is enough to bring a smile to many faces. For decades, elders have begun their day with a glass of orange juice or a sweet tangerine, believing it will strengthen their immunity and keep them active. Mothers served it to children before school, and now in retirement, many of us continue this routine without a second thought. It feels like a symbol of health, fresh, colorful, full of energy, something that surely could do no harm. Yet, for men above 60, especially those already managing an enlarged prostate, citrus fruits can quietly create problems we do not connect to our breakfast plate. The main culprit is citric acid, the very compound that gives oranges sweet lime and lemons their tangy, refreshing bite. Inside an aging body, this high acidity can irritate the sensitive lining of the bladder and the tissues around the prostate. This irritation often shows up as an urgent need to urinate, a burning sensation, or the troubling feeling that the bladder never fully empties. Over time, repeated irritation can contribute to inflammation that lingers for months, making existing urinary symptoms harder to manage. An elder from Nagpur once shared with me that he drank Mozambique juice every evening for cooling the body. Within weeks, he noticed he was waking up 3 to 4 times at night, struggling to fall back asleep each time. When he shifted the juice to mid-morning and reduced the frequency, his nighttime trips dropped noticeably. Citrus fruits also carry natural sugars, and while these are healthier than refined sugar, they can still feed low-grade inflammation. This is not about causing sudden harm, but about slowly adding to the load your body is already carrying. For someone living with benign prostatic hyperplasia, even a small increase in inflammation can turn a mild nuisance into a daily frustration. If you often feel urgency, incomplete emptying, or increased frequency after having citrus, your body may be sending you an important signal. Recognizing the pattern is simple once you pay attention. Try noting what time you consume oranges or juice and watch your urinary patterns for the next 12 to 24 hours. If symptoms become worse within that window, citrus may be a trigger worth managing. The goal is not to remove it completely, but to place it in your day where it does the least harm. A good rule for seniors is to enjoy citrus in the first half of the day, ideally before 2 p.m., giving your system time to process the acids and sugars. Pairing citrus with a light breakfast rather than after dinner also helps avoid nighttime bladder irritation. On days when symptoms are more active, swap citrus for gentler fruits like apples, pears, or a small serving of sweet berries. These provide antioxidants and fiber without the sharp acidity that can trouble the urinary tract. Remember, health is not only about what is generally good, but about what is good for you at this stage of life. The cultural habit of citrus for immunity still holds value, but only when it fits your body's current needs. By making small timing adjustments and moderating portions, you can keep the benefits without suffering the side effects. Your prostate will thank you with calmer nights, fewer interruptions, and a more restful mind. So the next time you pick up that bright orange from the fruit cart, pause and think about when and how you will enjoy it. A little planning can turn a potential trigger into a safe pleasure, allowing you to hold on to tradition while protecting your health. In this way, you remain in control, honoring both your cultural habits and your body's quiet messages. And that, dear friend, is the key to living well, one mindful choice at a time. Fruit number 3, bananas. Nutritious, comforting, yet sometimes a quiet trigger for prostate discomfort. In almost every Indian household, bananas hold a place of familiarity and comfort. They are easy to eat, require no preparation, and can be enjoyed anywhere: on the veranda, after morning prayers, during travel, or as a quick bite with evening tea. For many elders, a banana is the first thing they reach for in the morning, believing it to be gentle on the stomach and nourishing for the body. It feels like a safe, wholesome habit, something we have done since childhood without question. And in many ways, bananas are indeed good for you. They are rich in potassium, a mineral essential for keeping blood pressure steady and ensuring your muscles, including the heart, work efficiently. For someone with mild hypertension or occasional muscle cramps, a banana can be a simple, natural aid. It is also soft, easy to chew, and filling enough to carry you from one meal to the next. Yet, as we grow older, our body's needs and limits shift in ways we may not notice immediately. Potassium, while vital, can cause subtle trouble for seniors whose kidney function is no longer as strong as it once was. When the kidneys cannot filter potassium and excess fluids as quickly, the body may begin to retain water. This fluid retention can create extra pressure in the lower abdomen, pressing on an already sensitive prostate and bladder. An elder from Kochi once told me that he started eating 3 bananas a day during summer, thinking it would give him energy and prevent weakness. Within weeks, he found himself waking more often at night to urinate and sometimes feeling a heaviness in the lower belly. When he reduced his intake to 1 banana in the morning, the nighttime urgency eased noticeably and he felt lighter overall. There is another element in bananas that few people talk about: plant sterols. These are naturally occurring compounds that can influence hormone balance in the body. For younger men, this may not matter much, but for seniors, where testosterone and estrogen levels are already shifting with age, even small changes can affect how the prostate behaves. In some cases, this hormonal nudge can quietly add to inflammation, making urinary symptoms more noticeable. The solution is not to avoid bananas entirely; they remain a valuable fruit in a balanced diet. But moderation becomes essential. For most elders, 1 medium banana a day is enough to gain the benefits without overloading the system. Spacing it out rather than having multiple bananas in the same day also gives your body more time to process its nutrients and sugars. Paying attention to your body's feedback is perhaps the most important step. If you notice that your urinary symptoms, urgency frequency, or incomplete emptying worsen on days you eat more bananas, consider reducing the quantity. Keep a simple diary for a week, noting what you eat and how your body responds. Patterns often become clear within days, giving you the confidence to make changes that work for you. Bananas can still be part of a healthy senior lifestyle, especially when paired with other fruits that are gentler on the prostate. Mixing half a banana into a bowl of papaya or enjoying it alongside pears or apples can diversify your nutrient intake while keeping potential triggers in check. This variety also keeps meals interesting and satisfying, making it easier to maintain healthy habits in the long run. Remember, the goal is not to lose the comfort of a familiar fruit, but to enjoy it in a way that supports your health today. By listening to your body, adjusting your portions, and making mindful choices, you can protect your prostate rest more peacefully at night and still savor the simple pleasures that have been part of your life for decades. Your health, after all, is shaped not by one food or one day, but by the small, steady choices you make over time. Fruit number 4, watermelon cooling. Comfort that can quietly overflow your bladder. In the heat of an Indian summer, nothing feels quite as refreshing as a slice of chilled watermelon. Its juicy sweetness, bright red color, and the instant coolness it brings to the mouth make it a favorite across generations. Elders enjoy it as a light afternoon snack, believing it will hydrate the body, settle the stomach, and keep them feeling fresh in the sweltering weather. At family gatherings, big wedges are passed around with smiles, the juice dripping down fingers as children and grandparents alike savor each bite. But for men above 60, especially those living with an enlarged prostate, watermelon may not be as harmless as it appears. The very quality that makes it appealing, its extremely high water content, over 90%, can also put a sudden load on the bladder. When the bladder is already under pressure from a swollen prostate, this extra volume of fluid can be more than it can handle comfortably. The result is an increased urge to urinate, often at inconvenient times, and a higher chance of waking up multiple times during the night. Beyond the sheer water content, watermelon contains natural sugars that, while not as intense as refined sugar, can still contribute to low-grade inflammation. For a healthy young body, this may not be significant, but in older adults, especially those with benign prostatic hyperplasia, even mild inflammation can make urinary symptoms worse. It can turn a manageable condition into one that disrupts daily routines, drains energy, and creates frustration over something as simple as enjoying a favorite fruit. Many elders simply assume this is old age taking its toll without realizing that small dietary habits can make a difference. I recall meeting an elderly gentleman from Jaipur who ate large portions of watermelon every evening during the summer months. He thought it was the perfect way to avoid dehydration and beat the heat before bedtime. Yet, he began waking up 3 to 4 times a night, unable to get back to deep sleep and feeling tired through the day. When advised to shift his watermelon to the morning and reduce the portion, he was surprised to find his nighttime trips dropped to just once, sometimes none at all. The science is straightforward. Eating high water fruits late in the day leaves your body little time to process and expel the extra fluid. before rest. At night, when you lie down, fluid from the legs also returns to the bloodstream, increasing the load on the kidneys and bladder even more. Combining this with a high water fruit like watermelon can easily overflow the cup, waking you when your body should be in its deepest rest. If you love watermelon, you do not have to give it up entirely. The key is in timing and portion control. Enjoy a moderate serving in the late morning or early afternoon when your body is active and able to handle the hydration efficiently. Avoid eating it after 6 p.m. and especially not as a dessert after dinner if nighttime urination is already troubling you. For elders who follow this adjustment, the benefits can be felt quickly. Better sleep, fewer interruptions, and a calmer bladder make mornings more energetic and afternoons more productive. It also restores a sense of control over the body, replacing frustration with quiet confidence. You still enjoy the sweet, cooling taste of watermelon, but without paying the price in broken rest. Remember, good health after 60 is often about small, thoughtful changes rather than drastic restrictions. By understanding how even a beloved fruit interacts with your body's current needs, you can keep your pleasures while protecting your well-being. Your prostate and bladder will work more comfortably, your nights will be more peaceful, and your days will be brighter. And that, dear friend, is the gentle balance that allows you to enjoy life's flavors without losing life's comforts. Fruit number 5, grapes, sweet delight. That can quietly irritate your bladder. In many Indian homes, grapes are more than just a fruit. They are a sign of hospitality and care. They appear in neatly washed bunches on the dining table during festivals, served to guests alongside sweets and savory snacks. For elders, grapes are an easy snack. No peeling, no cutting, just a handful popped into the mouth while chatting with family or watching the evening news. Their sweetness, juiciness, and satisfying pop between the teeth make them a pleasure that feels both indulgent and healthy. But for men above 60, especially those managing an enlarged prostate, grapes can carry hidden challenges. The first lies in the sugar content, which, though natural, is still significant. When consumed in generous amounts, this sugar can contribute to low-grade inflammation throughout the body. For a prostate already prone to swelling, this steady background inflammation can quietly make urinary symptoms worse over time. The second factor is tannins, naturally occurring compounds that give grapes part of their flavor and color. Tannins can be beneficial in small amounts, offering antioxidant properties, but they can also irritate the lining of the bladder and urinary tract. This irritation may feel like an urgent need to urinate even when the bladder is not full, or like a slight burning during urination. For some elders, it is this irritation, not the size of the prostate alone, that disrupts their nights. I remember speaking with an elder from Ahmedabad who enjoyed a large bowl of black grapes every evening, believing it was the healthiest way to end the day. Within weeks, he noticed he was waking 3 or 4 times at night, unable to return to deep sleep. He also felt a constant nagging sense that his bladder was never fully empty. When he switched his grapes to the afternoon and reduced his portion, the improvement was clear within a fortnight. His nights became calmer and his mornings less foggy. The signs that grapes may be aggravating your symptoms are often subtle at first. You might feel slightly more urgency on days you eat them, or find that your sleep is interrupted without any clear reason. Over time, if the pattern continues, the link becomes easier to see. The key is not to stop eating grapes entirely, but to eat them in a way that works with your body's current needs. If you love grapes, enjoy them in smaller portions, perhaps a small handful, and earlier in the day when your body is active and can process the sugars and tannins more efficiently. Avoid eating them in the evening, especially after dinner when your body is preparing to rest and your bladder has less time to recover before bedtime. For those looking for alternatives, berries like blueberries or strawberries offer similar antioxidant benefits with less sugar and without the same bladder irritating tannins. They can be enjoyed fresh added to curd or blended into a morning smoothie for a gentler start to the day. Making this change is not about denying yourself pleasure. It is about preserving your comfort and protecting your sleep. Broken sleep, night after night, can drain energy, weaken immunity, and dampen your enjoyment of daily life. By being mindful of how and when you eat grapes, you give your bladder and prostate the chance to work without unnecessary strain. This small act of awareness can lead to better nights, brighter mornings, and a greater sense of control over your health. So the next time you reach for that bunch of grapes, think of the timing, the portion, and your body's quiet messages. By adjusting these small details, you can still savor the sweetness you love without letting it spill into the rest of your night. After all, good health after 60 is not about cutting joy out of your life. It is about shaping that joy so it fits your life now. And with each mindful choice, you remind yourself that your comfort, rest, and peace of mind are worth protecting. My dear friends, today we have walked together through a simple but important truth. Even the healthiest looking fruits can affect our body differently as we grow older. By learning how to choose when to eat and how much to enjoy, you can protect your prostate, rest more peacefully, and feel more in control of your health. But remember, if you have specific symptoms or any medical condition, always speak with your doctor for personal advice. I would love to hear from you. What was the most valuable point you took away from this video? If you found it helpful, please type the number 1 in the comments. If you feel it did not match your needs, type 0 so I can improve and make future videos more useful for you. Do subscribe to this channel, press the bell icon so you never miss my next message, and share this video with a friend or family member who may also benefit. Your small action today might be the reason someone sleeps better tonight. These tips are shared for general awareness. If you're facing any health challenges, be sure to check with your doctor before trying anything new.